All right, what's up guys? Zach here, and today I want to talk about, is Klaviyo good and why is Klaviyo good? My name is Zach Sheefer. I'm the founder of ZHS Ecom, an email and SMS agency that is currently helping our clients do about $2 million per month from these two channels alone. And we primarily use Klaviyo to help our clients achieve these results. So for context, this is for anyone who is running email and SMS, particularly for D2C e-commerce brands, or anyone who's using Klaviyo or thinking about using it. We're going to talk about all the different pros and cons. So Klaviyo is really the gold standard leading, industry option, especially for direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands, and especially for those brands using Shopify. You can absolutely still use Klaviyo for email marketing with any other type of business that runs newsletters, automations, things like that with your emails. However, it's not always ideal if you're outside of D2C and Shopify. We'll talk more about top Klaviyo competitors and other similar platforms at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around for that. So here's the thing. Every other platform will get the job done for your email marketing. However, there's a reason why so many massive Shopify brands use Klaviyo. So here's a few examples here. Stanley, Fashion Nova, Skims, Steve Madden, all these massive brands, they use Klaviyo. So yeah, there's gonna be cheaper options, but honestly, you get what you pay for. Klaviyo's overall a very advanced platform, so you can really run all your automations and they're gonna just do the best job, especially as you scale your company. So there's a reason why the biggest Shopify brands actually use Klaviyo. It's a pro level option. So Klaviyo is like Photoshop. Other ESPs, email service providers, email sending platforms, others are like Canva or Microsoft Paint. They're still going to get the job done, but again, Klaviyo is kind of that top level option. So it's going to have the most features, the most advanced options, the best data analytics and reporting. You're going to have all your email, SMS, reviews, and push all on one platform, so you can really integrate it all into one. It has the best integrations, so it syncs with Shopify with one click. If someone's thinking about integrating with an ESP, they're going to go to Klaviyo first. So it's going to really have the most customizability. The thing is, though, it's going to be more expensive. On average, our clients are doing about 33% of their store's revenue from Klaviyo. So in the end, it pays for itself many times over. I can kind of show you an example of what the interface looks like here. This brand is doing about 42% with our help in the email and SMS with Klaviyo here. So as you can see, it's a pretty advanced software. If you kind of go over to the right here a little bit, you can see there's a lot going on here. You have, home, you have campaigns, you're gonna have your flows, your automations, you have reviews, sign up forms. You can learn more about your audience and your listen segments, content, analytics. You have all these different dashboards and things like that here. So overall, it's a pretty advanced platform. The thing is, Klaviyo is not perfect. It's just the best option on the market right now. So reasons it's not perfect: it's not the most intuitive or simple solution. There's better ESPs if you're really just going for basic newsletter sends. Klaviyo is definitely going to have a learning curve. It's not the most simple thing out there, and it's definitely not the cheapest option. Pricing is going to depend on exactly how many emails you send per month. And there's small annoyances to it. The text editor has been pretty annoying to use for way too long. They've improved it in 2024. It's still not perfect. There's just small little nuances, like you have to hit the save button or else you could lose your work on certain screens. Sometimes when you're setting up dynamic products, there's a bit of technical setup that's not super straightforward, like drag and drop. Things like their pricing structure can be very misleading. So you really want to have a team of people that know what they're doing when they're setting up Klaviyo. There's also certain just screens, settings, and concepts that are unintuitive. Some of the default settings are just not optimal. So you really want to know what you're doing when you're setting up Klaviyo. And things like the API, like their docs are not that great and their structure is not super simple to use. But overall, when you look at, the big picture, it's the most advanced platform and it's the best on the market at the moment. So there are a couple other similar platforms. If you're running B2B or info products and you're really just sending plain text newsletters, ConvertKit or Beehive are really great options. They're more simple. They're more for just sending newsletters consistently. Their text editors are a lot way better. So if you're trying to write your newsletters in your ESP, kind of like a Google Doc, and you just want to write it there. You don't want to think about extra technical setup. Go with ConvertKit or Beehive. Definitely don't do that if you're running a D2C e-commerce brand. However, things like setting up landing pages, and if you just want a more simple platform for those plain text emails, these are two great options here. Another option that a lot of people consider is MailChimp. MailChimp is kind of like Microsoft Paint, and Klaviyo is like Photoshop. So Klaviyo is a lot more advanced. Generally, I don't like this platform at all for e-com. However, if you have a small business, let's say you have a small yoga studio that really doesn't sell anything online, MailChimp absolutely works, gets the job done. It's just not going to have those advanced level features. And then things like outside of e-com, if you still want landing pages, flowcharts, split testing, segmentation, things like that, ActiveCampaign is more advanced, overall solid platform. Definitely wouldn't recommend it for e-com though. A couple other platforms here. SendLane is very similar to Klaviyo. It's more of a better platform, better UI, slightly cheaper, but it does have less advanced features. So that's probably one of the top e-com competitors when you're talking about ESPs. However, it's more of a newer platform and it just doesn't have as many integrations and new things, but it's definitely kind of the up and comer. I would still start with Klaviyo versus SendLane. I'd give them some more time, but a lot of clients have chosen between SendLane and Klaviyo, so it's absolutely a great option. And then for SMS, I generally recommend using Klaviyo for SMS. You can have email and SMS all in one platform. There's massive benefits to doing both, so there's not a lot of overlap, and then you have two different softwares that are kind of competing for attribution. It's kind of a mess. However, Attentive and PostScript are two great options as well. Attentive, I don't like them as much as PostScript. I don't really like Attentive's reporting. Things you have to export everything to a CSV to actually get like good analytics, in my opinion. It's not super customizable. It's more of like an entry-level option in my book. Overall, it's a solid platform, pretty easy to use. It's just not the most advanced thing on the market, not the most customizable. PostScript is more of a better option for SMS. Again, I would go with Klaviyo for SMS, but PostScript is a little bit more of an advanced option. And it's a lot of massive brands use PostScript for SMS. So that was really it. That was my take on is Klaviyo good and why specifically is Klaviyo good. At this point, if you're running a D2C e-commerce brand, you have two options. You can try and implement everything with your Klaviyo setup by yourself, and you can kind of go through these trials and tribulations, or you can hire us to help you guys add revenue. So if you're interested, check out zhs-ecom.com and book a call, and we can talk about how to create a win-win partnership in setting up your Klaviyo. Appreciate it, and hope you have an awesome rest of your day.